Yeah. Welcome to the RC Plane Lab podcast. This is Dave. I love screwing this up for you.
Oh, you're going to get it one day, I swear.
I do this on purpose. You know that.
I know, and it makes me happy. So I know that's why people do it on purpose, just to bring me joy. Hi, Dave. How are you?
Hi. Pretty good, Ron.
Oh, it feels like we haven't done this for a while because we were early on our last episode, and we're later on this episode. And not going to lie, I don't have much to talk about.
Nope, it's not been flying weather around here.
It's not the cold has kept me inside, the wind has kept me inside, and honestly my mental efforts have been going to other projects that I've been working on.
So no airplane projects?
No airplane projects.
Well,
I know. But we have a couple new things to talk about, new airplane releases that I've seen. And then we had somebody on Discord ask a question that we'll talk about.
it's intriguing.
Yeah. So, let's start off with a couple reminders.
Yes.
You want to take one?
So, the 13th Squadron, ME 109, we were good through to enter that contest through, what's the date again?
2/14, so February 14th is when we are
next Saturday
drawing it. Yeah, so it'll be halfway between when this one comes out and when the next one comes out. So if you listen early, hurry up and go enter. If you don't listen early,
Sorry.
you're SOL.
So please get in on that contest. Win that fabulous airplane from the 13th Squadron.
And then we also have the Electro Streak short kits available. We've gone through quite a few of those, but we still have more in stock. I had to make some more this past weekend, so we should be good on that for anybody that wants them.
It's still building season. It's a quick build.
You'd think
Unless you're Ron.
I was going to say, you'd think I'd build one, and actually, okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because the thoughts just evaporated there.
No, it we'll talk about it later, but it just hit me that I don't have that airplane on my list.
Oh, your hangar list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Record keeping.
I will. I will do that now. Dang it, that's another +1. Okay. Maybe I'll date that last year or 2 years ago when I actually started on it. Anyway, new releases that have come out. There's one that I actually am intrigued by.
Yeah, it's a nice.
I'll let you go first, though.
Okay, I'll start first.
Because that's not the one I'm intrigued by.
So what I have, I got to quit saying so. I've been listening to these. I say so a lot.
So.
So
There you
I've got
go.
the UMX GeeBee R2 510 millimeter bind and fly basic with AS3X and safe select. That's a mouthful. So they have re-released the UMX GeeBee. I want to call it R1, but it's an R2. So I got to remember it looks like R2D2.
How do you? I don't get that at all.
It's round.
Oh, is that
You
so?
turn it on the
okay,
end. Yeah.
sure.
Anyway,
If it helps.
so this is a re-release with slightly updated electronics in it. It's the traditional red and white R2 scheme that's been around forever. I think it's exactly the same as their larger one they just released here a few weeks ago.
Just mini.
Just a mini. I love the UMXs, you know me. Although this is probably one I'm not interested in owning at this point. But it's a beautiful looking airplane.
It is cool. I think they updated some of the electronics in it, so it'll take a 3S battery now.
It's good for 3S.
Now, because you said Daniel has one.
Daniel's got one, yes.
Originals. Did that have? Because I don't know timing on it. Did that have AS3X, or was that just a plain old?
It had the AS3X as far as I remember.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've messed with that airplane with him, but I'm pretty sure it had the AS3X in it. But it was limited to 2-cell. So this thing ought to be interesting on 3 cells.
Zippy.
It should go.
It's always good to have extra power when you need it, right?
Right. His had a problem. He kept it in the box, and for some reason or another, it stuck to the foam in the box. It's got
Ew.
It kind of nasty. I don't know if there was a reaction with the paint or
Humidity, maybe?
humidity. I don't know what the situation was, but his is not the prettiest thing because it's got all the foam packaging stuck to it.
That's too bad.
Yeah. My Mustang that I got at swap meet a few weeks back, the tail had the same thing on the bottom, so it wasn't noticeable. But
The old one or the new one?
the old Mustang.
No, I mean, because you rebuilt the tail, right?
Oh, yeah, I rebuilt the tail, but it was on the bottom of the fuselage where it's set in the cradle.
Sorry.
And it had picked up foam from the packaging, and it was stuck to it. Not super noticeable in this case, but it is on his GeeBee.
That's not good.
I'm not sure what's causing that. I've been kind of making a mental note to keep sometimes they ship them with those thin plastic sheets. So I've been kind of making a mental note to try to slide those in between.
Keep it in there, yeah.
Don't know what's causing it, but it's no big deal. But anyway, this is a nice looking airplane. The price is decent, $169.99. Runs on the 2 or 3 cell, and I forgot the count. 280 to 300 milliamp with the JST connectors or the adapters as need be. It's got 4 linear servos in it, all the standard UMX stuff. Nice looking airplane if you're into GeeBees, and very nice. No complaints.
Okay.
Clear canopy.
I'll turn into Dave. So I will talk about this one that I saw. This was announced last week, and I think this is kind of a cool airplane that has one drawback, but we'll talk about it. So X-Fly through Banana Hobby is coming out with a red and also a blue version of a twin 40mm like business jet. It actually doesn't have a name, so it doesn't say what it is. It's not.
What are they calling it?
They're calling it the 4-channel X-Fly model red, because I have red here, J65. Maybe that's what it was. I didn't even see that before. J65 twin 40mm RC EDF jet PNP.
Once again, another mouthful.
A mouthful. I don't know what a J45 is because, I just don't.
But Lear-like.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's a really cool looking airplane. $179.99, plug and play. Have to get your own receiver for it. But I'm sure it's running on the same power system as that Blue Angels F-18 that I have from X-Fly.
The Twin 40.
Twin 40s. Runs on I use a 4S 2200. This one says it can take 4S 1800 to 2600 LiPos. So a good size power plant for it too. It says 10 minutes flight time, 40.6-inch wingspan.
10 minutes. I'm impressed by that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you're not flying this super fast. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. 40.6-inch wingspan, which is 1,030 millimeters for those that don't speak Imperial. 42.8-inch length, or 1,087 millimeters for the same people.
It's one of those nice size airplanes.
It is a good size airplane.
Not tiny, but it's not big.
Right. I'll have to see some videos of how it gets assembled and how it gets stored, because it's got the T-tail on it, so it's going to be...
T-tails are always a pain.
Right. That's kind of my thought. Plus, you have the two big nacelles on the side for the engines. Only problem I see with it is the gear obviously don't retract in that size. I'm guessing maybe that's one you could just hand launch, but I don't know.
When you hand launch your F-18, I can't see why you couldn't.
It depends what the bottom's like. I haven't really paid attention to how smooth the bottom is on this, but if that's the case, then yeah, that would be easy to do that way. Two 40mm 12-blade impellers, fixed main landing gears with a steerable nose gear, and then 3 9 grams and 2 4.3 gram servos. 20 amp ESCs with reverse thrust, XT60 battery connector. $179.99 though.
That's a pretty decent price. That's $10 more than this little GeeBee.
Yeah, but the GeeBee comes with a receiver. That's the biggest thing. I mean, depending on what you go for a receiver, you could do cheap, or you could go with the full AS3X for 100 and however much they are now. Dumb expensive for Spectrum receivers.
They are way up there now. Anyway.
But yeah, red or blue. Like I said, I think they really look cool, and
I was thinking the blue one looks
maybe
nicer. The red one's a little shocking for my taste.
I like the red because it stands out in the sky. So I understand why you would like the blue, because you like to hide airplanes in the sky. So It's white.
It's too bad it's not aluminum.
It's actually the leading edge is, now that I'm looking at it. So it's silver leading edge and then blue front. So that'll help you see it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've noticed, Dave. So I made a mistake when I was printing all our show notes with this today.
I would say the budget for the show has gone way up, or it's going to go way down, one of the two.
So if you notice, the pictures that you're looking at are very nice.
These are frameable quality.
I made a mistake and printed to the wrong printer with the photo paper in it. So we are using some very thick photo paper for all of our, 15 pages that we have printed out.
So
here.
we need to get a few more Patreon listeners to help pay for our paper use.
Please help me pay for paper. No. But yeah, so yeah, very nice and thick, just to throw away. There you go.
Yay!
Those are the new airplane releases.
A little bit
that
slow
I've
for the
come
last couple
across.
weeks, but
There might be more, but I have not seen them scrolling through Facebook or seen any information come through to my email.
yeah, no, it's been slow getting stuff into mine too.
Well, I guess not for everybody, but for us, it's kind of a bad time of year. Yeah. This is just, that's the other thing. The X-Fly airliner is available March something. I don't remember. I threw the pages way far away.
Soonish, but not next
Yeah, you could pre-order and have it by the time we can start flying things.
How about the GeeBee here?
Yeah, I didn't catch that either.
Sorry, I missed this one. I kept checking my email today, and nothing came in.
It was today. Oh, by the way, this says early March 2026 for the J65.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any dates on this, so I'm assuming it's going to be pretty soon. They don't ever hang on to stuff for too long after they announce it. So.
Yeah, they usually, it seems like they've been getting into the habit of announcing things that will start shipping within like a week or two.
Usually it's within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that really doesn't say on there. They usually
I just quick glancing, but I didn't see anything. But
releasing February 18th, 2026.
Oh, okay, so next week.
It's gray. It's tiny print, so I can see how you missed it.
On our high-quality paper.
Well, that's on you for not wearing your glasses.
I've got my new script. I need to go get my new glasses, what I need to do.
Yeah, that way you can see stuff. I lost my pen. Oh, well, guess it doesn't matter.
Here's mine. Where's the clicky pen that you keep going?
No, I had a clicky pen. Or I had a clicky pen. What did I...
Tom's not allowed to have a clicky pen.
No.
Anyway.
Whatever. Oh, and then I did it.
So, where are we going next?
Well, let's talk about what we've been up to the last 3 weeks, which will be quick for me before we get into the other thing that we were going to talk about.
All right. So, Ron, what have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
Well, I really meant what you were up to the last couple of weeks because yours is RC related, but sure, I'll go. So, long story short, I'll keep it as short as I can. I went out 2-3 months ago to cut something on my CNC machine. Found out my computer died. So it's very old. The computer itself is. And long story short, I ended up buying a new computer and all new motion electronics and drive
software and hardware.
Hardware, all that stuff. So between researching all that and figuring out what I needed to buy and getting stuff in, that's what I have been doing.
So you've been living on the computer for the last couple.
Pretty much. Yeah. But that will help with projects that we have to do around the house. And also, maybe when Tommy gets back, we can start thinking more seriously about a tri-motor project.
Parts production.
So, yeah. I'll be getting that going here probably honestly, it'll probably be a couple months because I don't want to be outside when it's super cold.
It's only been 2 degrees around here, for a month.
I know. Did you see Monday, though?
I saw Tuesday at 59, which is close enough to 60 in my book.
I will round up on that one. It's supposed to be windy, though, but did you see Sunday? Sunday's not as warm.
Sunday, when I looked earlier today, it was in the mid-40s and possibly not horribly windy.
And that's what I saw, 5 to 10. So
I did see higher than that.
Oh,
but
maybe
it was still within flyable.
Maybe a quick trip out to the field on Sunday would be.
That's a possibility.
Nice. We'll see.
Those timings are always interesting. Just like, do you go later in the day when it's warmer, or do you go earlier in the morning when there's less wind?
I'm going for the warmer at this point.
It's always a toss-up for me. It's like, I don't know what I want to do.
No, I get it, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. But yeah, if we can make it out there this weekend, it would be nice. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to, ordering stuff for the CNC machine. Once it all comes in, we can maybe talk a little bit more about it, as long as I can make it make sense for the hobby.
Doesn't chew stuff up out there?
Hope not. But anyway. So yeah. You, Dave, you've been doing some hobby stuff.
I've been doing stuff. I've got multiple projects running right now. The first one is a redo of Ron's Electro Streak Cub.
E Flite.
Yes, that is the E Flite one. Yes.
Yes.
But it's 25 size. It's not the smaller one that you thought it was.
No, it's 20, because I had the box.
Yeah, it's 25 size. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, the old one they would call the 25E sizes on them.
It's been completely, I haven't done the wing yet, but the fuselage has been completely stripped. I got all the windows out of it, completely restripped it, did some minor repairs. The upper longerons were cracked in multiple places and had been repaired by someone previously. I know you got it used, and I don't know where it came from, but it had been previously repaired not well.
So, I'm sorry, you're going to have to remind me. Because I bought that one, and I know it came with the wheels, but I bought it on floats for Joe Knoll like
a couple of years ago.
2 or 3 years ago, whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, you bought it at Toledo. I remember it. Yeah, you got it in Toledo.
Right. You have the wheels for it.
I've got the wheels on it. It's on wheels currently.
So, okay. Nope, now I remember. Yeah, so I took it back to Toledo to sell, but I wanted to keep the floats, so I put the wheels on. I was trying to make sense in my head where it went from floats to wheels with you, and now I got it.
Yeah, and I originally didn't want the floats.
Right.
But it's like, you got the floats, I'll take them.
Well, and see, so, because we like getting off topic, the floats I decided I wanted to keep because I bought the new E Flite small stick, the whatever 25 size stick that you
supposedly use the same size floats, supposedly.
Well, no. So it's the same size airplane, but whatever they had to do to make it use the 4S battery, so their upgraded power system, had to have more cooling, is what I assume, because on the old one, where it had the mount for mine just went blank, for the floats.
The struts for the floats.
The rear mount for the floats on the new stick is now a breather hole. Ooh. So there's
nothing to mount to.
There's nothing underneath of it whatsoever that I could even make it work that way. So that's why I kept them, and then that's why I asked you a couple times to please take them, because I had no use for them. And then finally you're like, you know what, I'll take them. I'm like, good, here you go.
Yeah, they're taking up room in my back room now.
That was my problem. They were taking up room in my garage.
They'll eventually end up hanging from the rafters in the garage, but anyway.
Well, they were nice at least. I mean, they're not foam.
They're fiberglass. They're
right.
They're heavy. I was really surprised how heavy they were. It's like, man, these are kind of stout for this bird.
And maybe that's one reason that it felt like it needed more power too, because it was full power takeoffs with some space being eaten up before it would pop off the lake.
So anyway, we'll see how that works out. It's on wheels currently, which thankfully you had the wheels for it.
Yeah. Usually I throw stuff like that away when I get it. Like, I don't want extra parts, I'm going to forget what it is, but that time, luckily, I kept it.
And they got the goofy looking hubcaps on them. I'm not that happy with them, but there's not much I can do with it at this point.
Are those the Cub looking ones?
Yeah, but they're like fat. I don't know. They don't look right.
I don't remember what they look like. So,
and I painted them white, so they're even worse.
What are you doing? So you're not doing the yellow?
No.
Okay.
It's being done in a somewhat Marine Corps NE1 scheme.
Which is what, for those of us that don't know? Is that the white and blue?
It's dark mid blue with white bottom.
Of course it is, Dave.
I have no problem with the gray, but it's the blue ones I have trouble seeing, so this is going to be great. This is right in the alley. And the only reason I'm doing the white bottom, all the full-scale ones I've seen, and this is just kind of a fictional scheme I'm doing. It's not really following any particular airplane, but all of them I've seen were completely the same color blue, top and bottom. I was a little low on the blue, so I wasn't sure if I had enough to cover the entire airplane, but I had 2 rolls of white, so I decided to go ahead and cover the bottom in white with the blue top. And it actually helps break it up, make it a little more colorful. It's not so monotone.
Yeah. Should have done the grasshopper.
I've already got.
Not that size, though.
Well, maybe. Anyway, I didn't have any olive drab. I had the blue. Because there was another project that I had ordered the blue for that ended up in the trash can.
So that's what drove
the economics.
I gotcha.
It's going to look sharp. It's in the blue and white. It's looking good. And I left the cowl, the Cub yellow, which really adds a nice look to it. I like the way it looks.
Really?
You haven't seen the picture at all?
I don't think so then.
Let me see if I got it here.
Like I remember seeing wings. No, I remember seeing fuselage, but I don't remember seeing or maybe I saw it and thought, hey, it doesn't look finished. Oh, but yeah, it actually does.
Yeah, the yellow cowl with the red and white rudder stripes. It's gonna have enough color to it. I think it's gonna look all right.
Yeah, I like that. Looks good. You'll have to send that to me so we can try and remember to throw it in the show notes.
Yeah, I've got to I need to take a better picture. It's up on wheels now with a canopy on it and everything else. So
okay, then you guys don't get pictures.
I'll send you a picture that's further along
tonight, or else I won't be able to do it.
I will send it tonight.
Okay. Well, okay.
Anyway, that's going nicely. I do have a little problem. The windows are quite yellowed in it. Had a lot of nicotine stains. Why do I keep getting nicotine stained Cubs? But anyway.
See, you don't notice it as bad when it's on a yellow airplane.
You don't. But now that I've got it on a blue airplane, the dark background, you can really see that the windows have got a yellow tint to them.
And that could be age too, not necessarily.
And it's
nicotine.
Well, they're better. They're better now. They're better now. My thing is, I always take a new finish automotive polish to them and a microfiber towel and scrub on them, and usually they come up really nice. In this case, I got the nicotine stains off, but they're still, the plastic is yellowed.
So are those molded to where?
They're molded.
Okay. You could always remold some.
And it's really surprised me that it didn't clean up, because I've done this to a lot of aircraft, and the plastics usually just clean right up with a appropriate amount of scrubbing with the new finish. But this still has a yellow tint to it, so I'm hoping it's not horribly visible once the wings are on it and there's not so much light going through it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't looked at it with the wings on it.
So what do you do when you clean those then?
I get the new finish automotive polish and just a microfiber towel. Actually,
so is that polish like abrasive at all, or is it just?
It's extremely fine abrasive.
Okay.
Probably along the lines of toothpaste.
Okay.
And it does a really good job of cleaning up the plastic parts. I was doing a lot of it when I'm restoring the old Matchbox cars from the 50s and 60s. The plastics on those are usually fairly well scratched and discolored, and usually a new finish will bring those right back to life, and some of them look brand new.
Wow.
So it's good stuff. I really like working on it. Work good on your car, too. But for some reason or another, this plastic has got a permanent yellow tint to it that it's just not coming out, and I don't want to scrub on it anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the only problem I've got with this one so far. The fuselage is just about done. I did upgrade to a 60 amp speed control in it. It had a 40 or 45 amp speed control in it when I got it from you, and it's got the brushless motor in it. Will pull 40 amps. So there's not much headroom at 40 amp speed control.
So we're using the same motor then?
I'm going to use the same motor, but I did bump up to a 60 amp speed control.
Same prop that was on it then? Or
Same prop, yeah. It's going to give me a little more headroom. I'll feel a little more comfortable pushing the airplane a little harder.
Yeah. Like I said, it was doggy.
Yeah, and then I'm getting rid of the GWS servos because they have a transit time of about an hour.
Yeah, I remember that one too. There was not a lot of high-speed switching going on.
They're perfectly fine for like flaps or something like that, but for an elevator or an ailerons, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that project. It's going quite nicely. Should dig into the wing probably this weekend.
And by digging into it, you mean just recovering or?
Stripping it and recovering it. I don't think, I can't see any physical damage on that wing. So I'm thinking it's just going to need just a quick recover.
Yeah, I don't.
If
like
it needs,
I don't remember anything being physically wrong that you could see, especially with that airplane.
it might have a cracked rib or something. I'll find once I'm inside it. But
Yeah.
right now, I don't see any issues. And it should be probably this weekend. It should be done.
Nice, because I know it was to the point where it needed recovering. I mean, that covering was very.
It was delaminating really badly.
Right. I mean, it was. I don't know if it got too much heat in it. I don't know what, I don't know how it was stored before I got it.
But the color layer had completely separated from the clear. The covering was intact. It was flyable.
Yeah.
It's just
it looked bad.
And as I strip it, there's flakes of yellow all over my shop. I'm going to have to take the blowgun to it. Because there's yellow flakes everywhere.
It's so weird. I don't know what causes that, but
anyway, we'll have a nice looking Cub here this spring.
So when you pull the covering and stuff off, like when you do the ailerons, do you cut those off, or are you just going to leave those on this time?
Yeah, that's always my issue. I try to unglue CA hinges, and I've never been successful at it. So if anybody has any hints on how to do it, I've tried acetone, I've tried Bob Smith debonder, I've tried various different things. I've been trying to, carefully slice around them. Nothing works out appropriately, so I end up just cutting them and then cutting new hinge pockets to the left or right of them.
That's probably the easiest thing to do, especially on something that size.
The problem is especially on something that size, I'm running out of space to put the hinges. Like on the elevator, it should have 3, and I can only get 2 on there. It'll be fine. It's a Cub. I'm comfortable with it. But I would really like to have 3 per surface.
I can see that.
So if anybody's got any hints on how to remove a CA hinge, besides cutting them off.
That's all I've ever done, was just cut them off. I've never even tried to take it off.
I tried to do hinge points on it. I've never had great results with hinge points. I know they're very scale-like, and a lot of people love them. Tommy loves the hinge points. I tried them on this airplane, and I just could not get everything to line up the way I needed it to.
And by hinge points, what do you mean?
The ones that look like a little knuckle, they're literally a point. How do you describe these things? They're maybe 3/16. They come in various sizes. 3/16 is.
Yeah, but they're just round.
They're just a round.
Yeah.
With a finger hinge in the center.
So when you drill them, you have to drill out the size for that, and then a little bit bigger hole.
Then you have to cut a notch for the finger joint.
Yep.
And I just can't ever get them to line right, especially on the smaller aircraft. I've had much better results on bigger aircraft, but something this size, it just didn't work for me, so I went back to the CA hinges. It is what it is. It'll be fine.
Yeah. CA hinges are fine for something that size especially.
Yeah. Now, the problem is I've used up all of my Great Plains CA hinge material. And so now I've used some SIG. I've had problems with SIG delaminating. So I've tried some generic ones from the internet. Those are really bad. So I guess I'm going to go back to the SIG for right now until I find something that I like better.
Yeah. I think I still have 1.5 sheets of the Great Plains stuff. It was like 3 inches by 8 inches or something like that.
And they're wanting like $10 to $15 a sheet for those on eBay. It's like,
are they really?
Yeah, it's like no.
I mean, that's not terrible if you think about how many you can cut out of them.
But still,
I get it.
I know,
but you got to pay to play, Dave.
Oh, I love the pre-cut ones from Great Plains. Please, someone redo the Great Plains pre-cut ones.
Yeah.
And then I've kind of reverted back to my old life. I started doing cars again. It all started with our Discord server. So one of our listeners on there was getting a Grasshopper for Christmas. And
that's the old Tamiya?
The old Tamiya, very, very base model vehicle that a lot of people have gotten into or got into the hobby with. And that was actually my first RC car was a Grasshopper. Anyway, I went and got my Grasshoppers. I currently own 3 of them. Don't ask. Actually, one of them I bought when it was first re-released. so I could have a nice shelf queen. This car's it's been driven once for 5 minutes and has been put on the shelf. It's in immaculate, perfect condition, just like it was from 1985.
Oh, so, okay. I didn't realize they were this old.
These are old cars.
Okay.
And then my dad, I got him a Grasshopper, and they were babysitting a cousin or something a lot. So they wanted 2 cars, so my dad and the cousin could have something to do together. So I bought them 2 Grasshoppers. So they had 2 Grasshoppers. Well, the cousin got older and didn't want to do it anymore, and my dad has passed. So when my dad passed, I got both the Grasshoppers back. So now I have 3 Grasshoppers. And anyway, I went and got my Grasshoppers out to take a photo to put on Discord during that discussion. And my driver, the one I drive, never got put back. It just was in my shop, and I got looking at it. It's like, back in the day, I had a nice set of chrome wheels for it. I'd like to get a nice set of chrome wheels for this and kind of dress this thing up a little bit. So I got online. I couldn't find the plastic chrome wheels anymore that they made back in 1985. I don't know why they couldn't find those. Anyway, I did find a set of aluminum wheels for it for $25. I was like, well, okay, let's order a set of aluminum wheels for it. And they're coming from China, so they're on the slow boat, and you know how long it takes to get things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm waiting, I thought, instead of taking the old dried up tires off of the Grasshopper and putting them on these new aluminum wheels, I'll just order a new set of wheels for it. And while I'm doing it, I'll go ahead and order a set of Hornet wheels for it, which is the Hornet was the upgraded version of the Grasshopper. It had better suspension, better tires, Lexian body, just a tuned up Grasshopper.
Step up.
Yeah, it had a pivoting rear suspension versus a solid swing arm. Just a nicer car. And I thought, okay, I'll get the Hornet tires for it while I'm at it, because the Grasshopper comes with sand tires on it, and as you know, there's lots of sand here in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tons.
Yeah. Actually, it doesn't work half bad in the snow, by the way. But anyway, upgrade the tires. So I get the tires. I thought, well, while I'm at it, I'm sitting around waiting for parts. Let's order the parts I need to make the rear axle, a swing axle, and put a oil shock on the back of the Grasshopper, because that's what the Hornet came with, was oil shock on the rear. It still got the pogo stick front suspension, but had an oil shock in the rear, and the rear pivoted. So I ordered they call it D parts, which had all the rocking rear end suspension parts. And I found a company parting out Hornets that sold the shock assembly. So I got the shock assembly and the D parts, got that on there, and bolted all that up. Still waiting for my wheels. Wheels showed up finally, and I got the tires mounted. Of course, the tires didn't clamp properly because they're cheap Chinese knockoff wheels, but they're usable. And then I got thinking, you know what? I've never owned a Hornet. All these years, I've never owned a Hornet. Basically, I have the chassis of a Hornet, but no Hornet body. So I spent another $60 and bought a Hornet body and decals and driver figure. So now I have a complete Hornet for more money than I could have bought a brand new one for. But anyway, that's what I've been doing for 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, so I am finally kind of looking it up. Apparently you can still buy 10-scale Grasshopper two-wheel drive electric buggy kit, Black Edition from Horizon for $88.20.
Yeah.
So that's been around for a while then, if you can still get.
They re-released it at least twice. And then there's a green version, there's the black version. Mine are all the original white versions. And then you can look up the Hornet. I think a Hornet's around $150, and I've spent at least that to have a 20-year-old Hornet. Anyway, a lot of fun, and that took me down Nostalgia Road, and I saw that A-Main had a Tamiya Fox on sale. So I bought a Tamiya Fox because that was the first car I actually raced. I raced the Hornet twice. Or not the Hornet, the Grasshopper. I've raced the Grasshopper twice. And then broke down and bought the Fox, which was a so-called real race car. And so now that's on back order. I'm waiting for that to come in. But I now bought another car that I'll probably never drive.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm seeing those too, looking them up. Interesting.
The Hornets and the Foxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, this is all before my time in that. I got in, like when I got into cars, it was the Traxxas Rustlers is pretty much what we lived on.
Yeah.
Really.
The little
out
stadium
here.
trucks.
Mm-hmm. Those were very
Much higher quality vehicle than the Hornet. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Hornet and the Grasshopper, but as far as capabilities go.
Yeah, it's just older engineering because I'm assuming, like when I was running them, we were still using lipos. So it wasn't NiCads, I'm guessing, for you.
Yeah, well, it was nickel metal, not nickel metal hydrides. They were nickel cadmiums.
Yeah, NiCads.
1200 SCRs.
Yeah, that goes back.
That's old.
It goes back a long time.
So, yeah, I've been living in the 80s for the last couple of weeks. It's too cold to do anything else.
Yeah, no kidding. But, no, that's cool, though. At least you're kind of getting into doing some RC stuff. That's nice.
Yeah, I painted a body last night, and I forgot about the vapors on the Tamiya paint. That's some powerful stuff, buddy.
Were you happy?
Oh, I was happy. Yeah, I was so happy. I slept through my alarm clock this morning.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
That sucks. I don't think I've ever done that. Well, I shouldn't say that. Like, a long time ago, but in my adult years, I don't think I've ever done that.
well, it was kind of my fault. It was just too cold to paint outside. You're just not going to get good spray outside.
Yeah.
So I did it in my workroom. I've got my little fan in there that I put in the window to suck air out, and I closed the door. I have to be really careful because I have a bird. Birds are really sensitive to this type of thing.
Yeah.
And my wife is also on oxygen.
I say the birds used to go down in
the canaries in the mine.
yeah.
Yeah. And my wife on oxygen, so I'm just really super careful with these vapors and so forth. So I kept my door shut and the fan blowing, and I think I got an extra heavy dose of it,
But nobody else did.
nobody else did, so we were good. Dogs were pounding on the door, wanting to know, why can't we come in?
It's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, none of my fish kicked the bucket, so that's good. But yeah, nostalgia. Chemicals. Explains a lot.
See,
doesn't it?
that's no. I get it though because I have not gotten rid of like any of my RC cars and stuff either. So there's always that. Maybe one day we'll get them back out and put a track in here again and stuff. So you just never know.
And nostalgia racing's really, I guess, picking up.
Well, yeah, because people that were kids then that couldn't afford it now have money for them, so you can go out and play with what you wanted when you were a kid.
Right.
That's half the fun of getting old and having some extra.
And they keep
go around.
Associate keeps re-releasing old stuff. Tamiya, Kyosho, they all keep re-releasing stuff.
And why wouldn't you? If it sells, I mean, keep going as long as you can.
Yeah, you've already owned the molds, so
Right. Shouldn't be too much R&D going into something that was already released 40 years ago.
but they had,
so the new ones that are out though, I'm assuming, hoping that everything is like updated electronics and all that, or is it still?
for the most part, they're updating electronics. They don't come with mechanical speed controls anymore. I was racing with mechanical speed controls.
Oh my God, that's way before my time.
So that was a day back when we caught stuff on fire all the time.
I can imagine.
I did make a large purchase that I kind of regretting now for the Fox. The Fox is no longer the Fox. Is now the Nova Fox. Tamiya had to rename it because of the Fox Shock people.
Oh, okay.
So they've had to rename it, and so they've all the decals on it are Nova Fox.
Okay, I saw that when I was looking stuff up.
So I ordered a set of vintage decals out of Canada for, I think it cost me $40 for a decal sheet.
Oh my!
Just because it doesn't say Nova Fox on it. These are reproductions. These are new decals, but they're reproductions of the old.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like $42 by the time I got it imported from Canada.
Wow. That's not something you could have had like made here.
Probably, but first off, I would have had to come up with all the artwork for the original.
Okay. Yeah.
And then find somebody to print it, and then they're going to charge me at least that much anyway. So
that is true.
So yeah, it's like $42 for a set of decals just so it doesn't say Nova on it. It's like, yeah.
Yes, please.
Here's my credit card.
Well, at least when you're finished with it and you have it sitting there, you'll be happy.
Now I'm almost wanting two of them. One to
one to play
beating
with.
a bash on and one to sit on the shelf. But,
Well, I mean, it's just a couple clicks away.
yeah, $150.
And the other one that you bash with can be the Nova Fox.
Yeah, I wouldn't have to change those.
You can just get the permanent marker out and just scratch it out.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
So enough of that.
Shall we move on then
Moving on.
to our last thing we're going to talk about? I'll let you preface it because I didn't see this on Discord. Like I said, I don't think I'm getting...
Yeah, other people made mention that you're not on Discord much, so they were wondering what happened to you. And it's like, well, he's still alive, I think. I check in every
now and then we see, yeah. No, like I said, I haven't gotten... I don't think I have notifications turned on, and I don't...
You just don't get on.
I don't get on there, no.
So I'm on it. I'm on it at lunch and in the evenings, and when I'm working in the shop, I've got the computer up and running. So I don't have my notifications on because I don't want notifications going on and off all the time. But
yeah,
I check it at least a couple times a day.
I need to catch back up on it, I guess.
So anyway, one of the participants on the Discord server sent a suggestion for our show. It's, as someone who persistently struggles with hangar management, too many planes, mostly not working.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sounds familiar. It'd be really interesting to have a podcast about how you guys keep on top of things, how you decide what to keep and what to get rid of, and indeed just an overview of what's in our hangars. Maybe you guys often talk about the number of planes you get in and sell as it happens. But even though I've been listening for ages, I have no concept of what, my phone's shutting off, what you have in totality beyond some big items like the 2-trip stick and the turbines, etc. So, a little discussion point about what our hangars look like.
So I think we can do a quick read through on what we have and why. Why is a good question.
Why do we do this?
It brings us joy, Dave. It brings our wives consternation, but it brings us joy.
Oh, okay. Can I have that writing for the wife?
You don't think it does?
Oh, she just gave up keeping track of me a long time ago. And I've got so much stuff in and out. I work on so much stuff for other people's.
Yeah.
She really kind of loses track of what's mine and what's on loan.
Yeah. Well, like, storage is always an issue.
Yeah, storage is a major issue.
For me.
I'm maxed out.
I kind of am too. I usually like to keep, like, we don't use our basement too often. We record down here. We don't use this space too much. So I'm probably a little more messy down here than I should be with airplanes. As you look around, you can see there are planes out that are in multiple stages of completion. For what
I was going to say
worth.
destruction, but okay.
But most of the storage is in the other part of the basement for all my tools, all my workshop kind of stuff.
Yeah, your basement's cut in half, basically. You got a finished side and then a not quite so finished side.
Yeah. And so storage for finished airplanes, a lot of them are hanging in the garage. I have a rack system on 2 walls. Actually, I guess 3 walls. I have planes hanging on 3 different walls out there. So our garage is attached to the house, so it doesn't have the huge temperature swings that
I do.
Okay, well, I guess. So I'm not worried about things freezing or getting too silly hot. If like there was a couple days last week where it was supposed to be like negative temperatures, so I left the heat on out there for a little bit just to kind of keep it
above freezing,
50 degrees, 40 degrees, whatever, just to make sure. That's where the laser cutter is, so I'm really more concerned about freezing the water on the cooler for that and blowing up the laser. So storage is hanging, like I said, on racks out there. Everything is pretty safe, and like I said, with that being a finished garage, it's not getting a lot of dust, a lot of all that stuff on them. I've got some hanging, not as much now because I just took the Christmas tree down, but I've got some hanging from my ceiling over here. And it's...
That's in the finished part of the basement.
In the finished part of the basement. So anywhere that I can get away with keeping things without getting yelled at is kind of where I store them. As long as they look decent, like the ones hanging from the ceiling, it's not like where you're walking. It's kind of off in the corner. It's a display piece.
Yes, they're nicely hung from the ceiling.
Yeah.
I've never seen that L4 ever fly. It's always just hanging there in the corner.
I have flown it once.
Like a little bat.
So that was one I flew. This has been, I don't know how long ago. I've had that one.
It's been here ever since I've been doing this.
Yeah, it's been one of the first airplanes I think I bought. I flew it once here, and as I was taking off, it got 30 feet in the air maybe, and then the motor just like shuddered and stopped, and so it stalled and came down. It's fixed. It didn't really break anything, but it just kind of went off to the side and then got hung up, and then other things came and went.
Yeah, and then there it sits.
And then Tommy bought one of those.
Yeah, so I've seen some Tommies.
He's flown his, and that makes me want to get mine out. But obviously not that much because I didn't.
It's
so,
still sitting.
and even like the excuse I had before was I didn't have a battery for it because it takes a special.
It's a little 450 2-cell or something like that.
Right, which, I mean, I guess nothing expensive, but special enough to where I don't have anything else.
You don't have one laying around, yeah.
But yeah, Tommy even gave me one of those, and I still have failed in flying it. Maybe this year.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Or maybe you should go to Toledo.
I'll take rid of it. No, I won't get rid of it. That one I know I won't get rid of. That would probably be better to do over at Eli, though, with the actual runway that's...
You're never going to take that off on the grass.
It's the landing that's more...
It's gonna
like
flip.
I'll throw it to...
It'll flip
to take off,
down.
But yeah, I don't want to break it. But anyway, so I personally, when it comes to what we're buying, is what's my budget at the time, because that changes based on what I've spent money on other things, and what my interest level is in it. And then I'm getting better at this, thinking through my purchase. Like a lot of times in years past, it was just, I want that, here you go now. Now I actually kind of think,
am I going to fly that?
Is this one that I really think I'm going to like? Is this one that I don't want to necessarily say like a new go-to plane, but is this one that I think I'm going to get a lot of flights in on, or is it one that I think I'm probably going to get sick of? That's hard to kind of figure. Because that a lot has to do with what your mood is when you're flying, when you're going to the field. What do you feel like flying? What do you want to grab? To me, what's easy, sometimes what fits. So a lot of that kind of has to go into with what you buy. Sometimes you're stupid and buy things like this Sportix I just got. Probably shouldn't have bought that, but it's a cool airplane.
Yeah. Sitting right where it was last time.
Yeah, I think it is. But it's also winter, so I haven't had a chance to go flying. Next time I go flying, that will definitely go with me. And it's kind of the same thing when it comes for me as what you want to get rid of. Just looking through things and seeing what have I not flown, what really do I not think I'm going to want to fly, and just kind of going for that. Having Toledo as being our yearly thing that we do, I know that's kind of a refresh. That's a good place to go to get rid of all the stuff in one stop that I don't want to really deal with anymore. And you see some cool things there that you don't see every day, so that's a good place to bring in some...
I kind of need that.
Yeah. Or want.
Yeah.
So I actually already have a list in my head on what I'm getting rid of. And there's several airplanes that are going to be going to kind of thin out the fleet.
Yeah, it's kind of what I do. I do a lot of times I'll buy an airplane knowing I'm going to do a redo on it, and then just flip it. Usually losing money on it, but I enjoy doing the redos, the makeovers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
I at least usually try to break even on them, but usually by the time I get all the parts and covering and everything for them, I'll lose a few bucks, but it's close. But it pays for my fun of redoing.
Break even materials-wise, not time-wise.
Oh, you
right?
never count your time.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, I mean, your Cub, I've probably got 80 hours in and just the fuselage is done.
Oh, my God.
So,
yeah. I don't have the extra time to give to something like that at this point, even though I really would like to, but there doesn't seem to ever be enough time to block everybody else out and be able to spend.
You've got a little one, though. That makes a difference.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Because by the time the night is over and she's in bed, I'm done too. I'm getting old. I don't like late nights anymore.
Yeah. All I got to do is push a Labrador out. And he has got Fred, he's got the worst habit of coming in at the worst possible time and jamming his nose under my elbow. I've either got a paintbrush or a knife in my hand. I don't know how many times he's made me jab myself with an X-Acto.
That's funny.
But it's like, Fred, just stop it. Stop. His sister doesn't come in there very often. I don't have to throw River out very often. But she used to come in and check on the fish, and she's kind of quit doing that.
She's gotten bored with you, Dave.
Yeah, she has.
So what about you? Where do you store stuff? And
my storage is everywhere. If it doesn't get in the way and get stepped on or smacked by a dog, Labradors and tails, I tell you. Nothing on ground level because it'll get broken. So I've got my workroom that I work in, which is a converted bedroom. It was actually the master bedroom in my house. I live in a tiny house. But it was the master before we actually built onto the house. And it's 10 by 14. I think that's what it is. Might be 12 by 14. I can't remember exactly, but
it's a good size room.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good size room, but not. Especially when you're working with
it gets filled up fast.
A 108-inch Cub fills it up fast.
Yeah.
Plus, I have a 75-gallon saltwater aquarium in there, and several tools, storage rack, all the accoutrements that go along with this hobby kind of build up in there. So that's my workroom, and I've got a lot of the smaller foam stuff that I've built hanging from the ceiling vertically on one end of the room. I've got a couple kit boxes stored in there, and I got a couple more kit boxes I got to find a storage spot for. They're sitting on a table in the back room. So I've got that workroom that keeps some smaller foam stuff. I think there's 10 or 15 airplanes hanging from the ceiling in there. Looked like dead fish hanging from the ceiling. Anyway, there's a 3 or 4 UMX planes living in the closet in that room, along with a bunch of other items. There's nothing in the main room. There's nothing in the kitchen. There's nothing in my wife's room. My cars live in there. But they were there before she moved into that room, so I don't take credit for that. And then we have the addition in the back room, which is a fairly good-sized room that we no longer really use for anything. We've got the dog crates back there, and there's a spare TV and so forth, but there's not much back there. There's an old dining room table, which has got a couple kit boxes on it right now that need to be found somewhere else to live because they're going to fade in the sun. But I keep my daily flyers back there, the ones that I want to just grab and go. I got the McTwist back there. I've got the Slow Stick. I've got the Shadow Seeker, 3 or 4 UMXs as well. Stuff that's kind of a grab and go. Those live there. And then all the big stuff lives out in the garage. I've got a 2.5 car garage. There's one car in there year round and another car in there just during the winter. The Mustang lives in there during the winter. So I've got a rack built onto the wall in the garage that a lot of them hang, the smaller mid-size stuff, 40, 60 size airplanes hang from by their tails. And then I got a rack that hangs over my 71 Cutlass. That's got the bigger stuff. I got the quarter scale D7, the DR1, the big L4, some of the larger aircraft. And I think I've got a couple aircraft stuffed in the trailer in the driveway.
Okay.
So that's where I end up storing all my stuff. So basically where it fits, I am maxed out on space.
Yeah.
I've sold a couple larger aircraft recently, so I am feeling a little breathing room, but avoiding buying anything to stuff in those holes.
Yeah. And we'll see what Toledo brings. You might find something you have to have.
Yeah. Getting rid of the Piper Plenty.
That was a good size airplane.
It freed up a fair amount of space.
A little bit harder to store, too.
Yeah. So as far as why I keep an airplane around, for the most part, that is, I either want to fly it or it's a project to redo and flip.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of flips.
You do a lot more than I ever probably will.
Kind of want to go over a list of what you got, or?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what they're asking, to just kind of see the types of airplanes.
So I am all over the place.
I am too, and I've not paid attention to types of airplanes really until they started talking about it now.
Yeah, I do a lot of scale.
Yeah, I do.
I prefer scale-looking aircraft. Not saying I don't have any sport aircraft, but I prefer to have a scale-looking aircraft. Whether or not it's really truly scale or not, that's another story. But they look the part.
Mm-hmm.
Since my disability, my airplane types has changed quite a bit, and I can see going through the inventory what I built 20 years ago, which is how long this has been, versus what I build and fly now. I was building and flying much larger, heavier, more complicated aircraft.
Yeah.
And now I'm into a more simple, easy, cheaper type airplane that's easier for me to move around, and I don't have to worry so much about banging it up, just moving it from the garage out to the truck to go flying. So I've moved to more of a park type airplane versus quarter scale stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got a quarter scale Sopwith Camel kit, which I will build one of these days. But I haven't built anything large since the L4, the quarter scale L4.
Well, you still have that's a big airplane. Isn't that like
that's
90?
108 inches.
Oh, 108, okay. You still have the triplane, don't you?
Still got the triplane.
Is that a DR1?
DR1, it's quarter scale as well.
And that's a pain. If 2 wings are too many, 3 wings are even worse.
You know, it's not as bad as the quarter scale D7. The D7 is a lot more pain for me. 2 of those wings are actually hooked together, so really it's only 2 sets of wings.
Yeah.
But being a very short wingspan, it's actually easier for me to move around. The triplane is just a smaller wing.
Yeah.
So it's something I prefer over the bigger D7 or even the L4. The L4 is a bit of a pain to drag around.
Dragging around, yeah, but assembly I think is easier, isn't it?
The L4 is a pain in the butt because you have to work inside the fuselage, both the wings to the fuselage from inside, and you gotta, it's difficult.
Okay.
Versus the triplane, everything just bolts together like a normal airplane. There's the only big difference is the interplane struts, and that's 3 screws per side. So that takes a little bit, and you got to get all the holes to line up. Other than that, actually just bolting the wings on the airplane is not that big a deal. It's just like any other sport airplane.
Which one has the wires that I watched you struggle with?
That's a Sopwith pup that no longer exists in my hangar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one. The wires were a pain. Now the
wires were a pain.
The Sopwith Camel, when I get around to it, will have those wires.
Same
again.
thing.
Yeah. Not looking forward to that, but it is what it is. And those are airplanes you don't fly every day.
Right. Those are a special occasion, once a year or every 2 year kind of thing.
So I've got a couple GWS planes. I got a GWS Cargo Trans and an A-10. Those get rarely flown. Those could probably go away. I've got some scratch-built stuff that I built from sheet foam, the fanfold foam. And those I love flying. I got the F-14 and F-5, a MiG-15, a MiG-21, and an F-15. And those get flown on a semi-regular basis. And those are never going to go anywhere. And those are also hanging from my ceiling in the workroom.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of UMX stuff. I just love those little UMX things. They're
simple.
They're simple. They stay in their box, so they're nice and safe.
That's the best part of them.
I can throw them in the back of the truck and not even worry about them. It's like, oh, there's a hole. I just shove it in there, and it'll be fine when I get there. I don't have to strap it down or pad it or anything like that.
And a lot of times they fly really good.
Yeah, they fly, everything I've got flies pretty decent.
Yeah.
So I love the little UMXs. I've got my Hobby King parafoil. I'm also into the weird, so I've got the little parafoil, and that thing's a hoot to fly, especially at pitch black with the lighting system on it. That's the reason I keep it around.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the flying wings and things like that. Several scale World War I airplanes. Back from the day when I did a lot of glow, I've got a Contender and a Sig something extra. Something extra hasn't flown in 25 years. I stole the glow plug out of it a long time ago because I needed a plug, and so it's sitting out in the garage with no glow plug in it.
Huh. Well, you have to work on that motor a little bit then.
And it might need bearings. I don't know. We'll see. Because my garage is unheated. It's no climate control whatsoever. It just stays dry out there. That's about it.
Yeah.
I've still got a Midwest Aerostar out there that I taught the grandson to fly on. I got my Dancing Wing Eagles. Just weird stuff. Stuff just catches my eye. I go through phases of different things. And if it's unusual, I might pay a little more attention to it, like the parafoil. I got that gyrocopter, which I wanted to fly last summer and just didn't get much time to fly it last year.
Yeah. Hopefully this year's better.
I want to get better with flying that. It's not that I can't fly it. I just tense up too much. I need to relax more with it. Plus, it makes cool sounds. So anyway, that's pretty much what I've got. It's just a sampling of this, that, and other, mostly scale subjects. So what do you got?
Well, it's actually kind of funny to look through my list because the ones I've had longest pretty much seem to be rising to the top, because as I get new ones, they go at the bottom of the list. And as I sell them, obviously the higher up they are on the list, that line becomes available and everything moves up. But, so I've got the Duelist that I built with Tommy. I've got an old fun one. I don't remember who made that, but
Holoco, maybe? I can't remember.
That is
I remember the fun one, but I just can't remember who made it.
Yeah, that's one that I tried to get my son to get into flying with. He actually wanted that one. So we got it for him, put his name on it and stuff, and then got to the point where he could not handle that after I flew it the first time, and this has been years ago. I knew he wasn't quite able to handle it, so I told him, look, we'll get you something else. You can fly that you can handle at this point, and you can work yourself up to it. Never worked himself up to it, so that's still there. I've got the old Hangar 9 Cardin Yak, the 50cc size, the Super Sportster, which is a great flying airplane. I see that hanging all the time, and I'm like, I need to get that back out. That might be this year. Carbon Z Yak 54. I've got just a couple small, I don't even know what they are, that I picked up from Brian's years ago. Just 3-channel kind of balsa airplane kind of thing.
Just a little knock-around general purpose.
Exactly. Got the Cavalier that I built. A couple mini Vapors, couple UMX SU-26, and that goes back to one cell without any AS3X on it. As long as there's no wind, that one still actually flies pretty good. Yeah. Let's see, what else? I've got the Piper L4 that we talked about before, the small 250 size E Flite one. I don't know what size this one is, but the Carl Goldberg Chipmunk.
That'd be 60 size.
No, this is a small one.
Oh, the small. Oh, that little one.
Yeah. I mean, 36 wingspan, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, it's tiny.
It's whatever the smaller version they had of it.
It's basically just a little bit bigger than UMX.
No, I mean it's the same size, if not a little bit bigger than that L4.
Oh, you kept that, didn't you? I thought you sold that in Toledo, but Tommy
sold his, yeah. And that's the funny thing on that one too. Like Tommy, we both bought those at the same time to put together, and he wanted the older version, so I guess he got the version 1 or whatever it was, and I got the newer one. So he flew his, didn't like it, sold it. I flew mine, liked it a lot. He flew mine, and just said the difference in them was amazing. Whatever the difference was,
they tweaked it quite a little bit between V1 and V2.
Right, because he even said like if mine flew the way, or if his flew the way mine does, he would have kept it. So anyway, I got off topic. Flightworks Shiny, so that's a good night flyer. That's got us into all that. Got a glider, a Stevens Aero, dumb name, but it's an HEMG2. That's a 2-meter glider, powered glider. Some more UMX stuff, Ultrix stuff. Here's the non-powered glider. That's another one I probably ought to get rid of because I'm through that phase and I don't want to walk and do all the stuff for launching them. Let's see what else. Just more Ultrixes, UMX A10s, E Flite F18 Twin Otter, E Flite Mystique. That's an old, bigger glider. The UMX Twin Otter, UMX Radian, Flyzone FW190. That's like my soiree into older military planes. Let's see. Twin Otter, the UMX version, Slow Ultra Stick. You just want me to read all these? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to bore people.
Well, it's just like types, I guess, that we're getting into. So, I've got a lot
of UMX in for me too. What were you going to say?
Just the different varieties. I've got a lot of like little foam fighter jets. So I really like the little pushers. So I got quite a few little pusher foamies. I've got a couple nice ducted fan foams. So just a different genre. Just kind of so you feel like what you want to fly that week.
Yeah. EDFs have taken over a lot more. I've got like probably up to 2 years ago, I don't think I owned any of them. And now I'm up to a sizable amount in my collection just because they're fun. Yeah. Like once you kind of get into that, at least for me, it was kind of more addicting than a lot of other ones.
I really like my F-15, the Freewing F-15. It's 90 millimeter. It's a great flying airplane, but I don't fly it that much because it seems like it's just a lot of work and nerve-wracking to fly it.
Yeah.
It's so heavily loaded. You just got to be on your A game. It's not just a leisurely, I think I'll just go fly airplane.
Yeah. No, I get it. And a lot of those, and I can look in mine too, what flies better, what's easier to assemble, what's easier to take are the ones that get taken out a lot more. Let's see what else. So I've got obviously the Jet, Elf DLG. That's something a little bit different.
You haven't flown that for a while.
Because I need to get batteries for it as the biggest thing. So I was having issues on the batteries that when you were taking them, like unplugging them,
right?
Like it's so hard.
There's
because
not much
those
there
are
to work with.
Whatever those little connectors are called, the tiny like GST MX or whatever they are.
The little bitty tiny ones.
Right. So I was unfortunately way too often pulling the charging leads out of them. And it's almost impossible for me to put them back in. I guess I could get new ones, but those batteries are so cheap. So that's kind of what stopped me from flying that. But that's a fun one if you enjoy like 45-second flights.
And throwing your shoulder out?
Well, I never had that issue yet, but eventually I probably would have.
You'll see me throw it. All
over. The cry, whatever you want to call it. A little Habu. A couple 90mm Vipers. The RJG Decathlon. E Flite Blue Angels F-18. UMX Air Tractor. X-Fly Model F-18. Freewing F-22. The FMS F-18, that fancy foam Osiris that I got from you, the little very low wind F-3A.
Oh, the thing you
F,
sneeze on it and it cracks.
Yeah. Last I looked, that was still in good shape, but I don't know if we got a breeze in the garage that might have broken it. E Flite Bonanza B-tail, or E Flite Bonanza V-tail.
I thought you got rid of that one.
No, it's going to, but it's still hanging out there. The E Flite Electro Streak, the E Flite Ultra Stick, the Hangar 9 10cc Cub, Freewing F-35, 70mm Viper, the E Flite Extra 330 SC Jim Rourke Edition. That's another one that's going to be going away. The Flex Innovations Extra 360 E-size, that 144-inch Telemaster, and then the ones I just got was the the Sportix, and the Durafly Retro Das Ugly Stick. Those are all the ready to fly, like ready to go.
So you got an assortment of different styles.
Mm-hmm. And then in the need work category, I've got my 126-inch 170cc Yak 54. I've got a small House of Balsa Beechcraft Bonanza, the GWSA 10. I've got a stick kit that I'm working on. I've got an eel. Have you heard of that one?
Yeah, I saw it was some sort of glider-looking thing. Or not exactly a glider. It's just
a old Bruce Tharp design from the early 90s.
It's got a weird shaped tail on it.
It's supposed to look like an eel. So it just kind of has the weird
rounded
but cool look to it. And then I've got the big glider I'm working on, and what I remember this morning was the Electro Streak kit. Or not kit, but thing that I have finished, or have not finished.
That you've
I've
put
started,
spars
but not
together.
finished, yeah. And then under kits, I've got a Sig Wonder kit that I still want to put together. I've got an extra shiny just in case. I've got an Assassin that I have not done yet. Seagull Models PC9, the 120 size. And then new in box that hasn't been touched yet is the extra E Flite Blue Angels F18, just in case.
Just in case.
So that's what I have. A little bit of everything, really.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on what...
You're not heavy in one category. Possibly the jets are a little heavier, but that's your thing.
It's fun. Let's just say if there's any kind of fly-in, I think I'm covered for most themed fly-ins if I had to pick something to go. Might not be the nicest or biggest one there, but it will at least fit in and not look silly.
Yeah. You got options.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, like there are different fly-ins that we have at the field every year that kind of draw me into certain things. So obviously the jet fly-in was kind of what got the jet ball rolling and that kind of stuff. So you go to what interests you and what's available.
Yeah. So everybody's interests change over the time. I mean, I've been doing this for 40 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And my interests have changed drastically over the years from what I was flying then to what I'm interested in flying now. I used to be really heavy into the World War I quarter scale stuff, and that's kind of dwindled a little bit. Still really like it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as wanting to get a new one, no, not right now. I got other things I'd rather do.
Yeah.
And a lot of it just comes down to storage space. I got to move something out to make room for something new. Right now I've got a cooler in my back room. It's actually a fish cooler. It's a fish box. So that's what they ship tropical fish in. I've got 2 of those boxes. And I've got all my flying wings jammed in there.
Well, if it works, it works.
It works really well, and the foam doesn't hurt foam. So the packing foam is softer than the EPO.
Airplane.
Or
Yeah.
So, I've got the Big Twist and the Shadow Seeker and the Electric Amish and the new Radjet 800 all stuffed in one fish box cooler. And it's a great storage system.
Yeah. If it works, it works. You got to do what works best for you. So, understood.
All right.
Anything else?
I hope that covered what they were asking for.
Yeah.
And
covered what they were asking for and bored a lot of other people.
Yeah.
But that's okay. They can turn it off.
We'll try harder next week.
2 weeks. Don't push it. All right. Anything else? Are we good? We done?
Just remember to enter our contest.
There you go.
Buy a Electro Streak kit.
There you go.
And tune in next time.
Thanks, Dave. Good job. All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Until next time, I am Ron.
And I'm Dave.
Good night.
Good night.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the RC Plane Lab podcast. For topic suggestions, to ask questions, or to give any feedback, connect with us at rcplanelab.com or email us direct at either ron@rcplanelab.com or tom@rcplanelab.com. You can also text us or leave us a voicemail at 818-351-9846. Please subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast app. Until next time, may your landings be gentle.